The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. The unexamined life is not worth living. Know thyself. Happiness depends upon ourselves. To be content with what we possess is the greatest and most secure of riches. He who is not a good servant will not be a good master. Courage is knowing what not to fear. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. A happy life is one which is in accordance with its own nature. The key to happiness is not to have what you want, but to want what you have. He who has overcome his fears will truly be free. Waste no more time arguing about what a good person should be. Be one. Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. By all means, marry. If you get a good wife, you'll become happy. If you get a bad one, you'll become a philosopher. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. The secret to happiness is not found in seeking more, but in developing the capacity to enjoy less. The only true way to be happy is to ceaselessly work to perfect yourself. The greatest way to live with honor in this world is to be what we pretend to be. True wisdom comes to each of us when we realize how little we understand about life, ourselves, and the world around us. The shortest and surest way to live with honor in the world is to be in reality what we would appear to be. The art of living well and the art of dying well are one. Choose rather to be strong of soul than strong of body. Education is the kindling of a flame, not the filling of a vessel. Do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. Virtue is the harmony between what one thinks, says, and does. Friendship is a single soul dwelling into bodies. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. One who is content with what he has done will never become famous for what he will do. He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. The measure of a man is what he does with power. An unexamined life is not worth living for a human being. We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. The soul is dyed the color of its thoughts. Character is simply the disposition of the soul. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. The way to gain a good reputation is to endeavor to be what you desire to appear. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. Character is destiny. The harder the conflict, the greater the triumph. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. Do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. The purpose of education is to teach us how to think, not what to think. The mind is not a vessel to be filled, but a fire to be kindled. The greatest victory is conquering yourself. We become what we repeatedly do. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. Excellence is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. The noblest pleasure is the joy of understanding. He who is not a good servant will not be a good master. The greatest way to live with honor in this world is to be what we pretend to be. He who indulges empty fears earns himself real fears. The more you know, the more you realize you don't know. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act but a habit. To find yourself, think for yourself. No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it's not the same river, and he's not the same man. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Happiness is the reward of a life well lived. These are the 5 signs of a fake friend. They don't support you. They turn others against you. They make you feel bad about yourself. They emotional dump on you. They judge you.